Oh, where's it at? is it?
You can take. For me, it was playing in front of a live audience. When I was younger, when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I played in a lot of...
There it is, damn it.
The second part of the brief went like this.
He cannot be allowed to leave this place. He would ruin everything.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Good evening, everybody. I tell you, I'm so happy to be speaking to you all this evening. This is absolutely brilliant. I'm really, really happy to be speaking to you all. One, because I know it's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, so I can guarantee that at least 30% of you are sober. The second thing is that I really have not had a chance to geek out on those wonderful details that went into the Doom soundtrack like I will tonight. So if you're here for those sort of geeky details, that's really what we're going to get into. Let's get started. Have you ever received a brief that went something like this? We want you to make music that no one has ever heard before. It needs to fit the game perfectly and be instantly loved by millions of fans. Now, if you're anything like me, when you get a brief like that, your initial reaction is to run into the bathroom, pour the cold tap on, crawl up into a little ball, and have a little cry. But what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is how you can execute a brief like this, and I'm going to discuss with you the lessons that I learned to enable you to do so.
Hey, what's
I
up,
first met the id Software team back in about mid-2014.
Yeah, dude,
They sent me a music design
such
document
a good
that
panel.
started like this. Doom is about demons on Mars, you have a shotgun, send them back to hell.
I love Mick Gordon so much.
The second part of the brief went like this. No guitars. We hate guitars. We do not want guitars in our game. Do not put guitars in.
This is so fucking weird.
Underneath that big section was a little line that said, I love synths. Cool? I can work with that. The third part of this brief went like this. We want you to create music that nobody's ever heard before.
There we go.
It needs to fit the game perfectly and instantly loved by millions of fans.
I got me some Taco
Now,
Bell.
Doom fans, they're not like Disney fans. If Doom fans don't like what you've done, they'll burn your house down. So let's say we take a brief like this, right, and we hand it to a piano player.
Bump this bitch to 720.
Now this piano player is going to channel in the demons.
Or I got my upload speed bumped again.
The hell, and they're going to channel in the Mars.
Yako yell.
Yeah, I talked to the guys that actually work on the servers from
piano
Cable
piece.
America, and I got them to freaking work with me. So
It's
I
inspired
got my
by the
upload
brief,
bumped.
sure, but it's not an execution of the brief. Now, say you gave this same brief to a dubstep producer. This dubstep producer is going to take all those awesome demon growling basses.
Oh, nice.
They're going to take some awesome bell samples to get the hell thing in there, and they're going to mix in some brass samples to get in the Mars thing, right? But what you're going to end up with
so I got my
is a
up bumped
dubstep
to
track. It's inspired by
I got
the
it bumped
brief,
to 10 up,
sure.
10 up.
It's got synths in there,
So I bumped
but
the
it's not
bit rate to
execution of the brief.
6,000
Now,
KB
say
up,
again,
so
if you
the
handed that
stream
exact
quality
same
should
brief
look
to a
significantly
composer,
better now.
And that composer's instant reaction is to open up their Cubase template that they've worked with for the last 10 projects.
So I doubled
And they're going to
the
use all
up
their
rate,
demon contact
or
patches. They're going to use all their hell contact
I
patches.
doubled the bit rate for
and
the
they're going to use
stream.
all of their Mars contact patches.
Yeah, they upped my
You're
up.
going to get up
So I'm
with
at
it.
100
You're
down
going
and
to
10
end up
up.
with the same piece of music that that person has written for the last 10 projects.
Which
It's
is good. I don't
inspired by
need
the
any
brief,
more down.
sure.
I need to upload.
But it's not an execution of the brief. Now, why have these three failed? The reason that they're failing in this example is that they're going through the exact same process that they've always done every single time. And you cannot expect to end up with a different outcome
So it
without
was
changing the process.
it was 720 before,
Change the
but
process,
now I doubled
change the outcome.
stream title.
Now, this is obviously a lot easier said than done. We're very fearful
It was
of changing
720
the
before,
process.
but now it's still 720,
If
but
you're
with
anything
double
like
the bit
me,
rate, so
you
it should be
suffer terribly
hella
from the
smooth
fear
now.
of rejection.
And like actual 720.
It's that fear of rejection that disables us from changing our process. Why? Because that's asking you to take everything you know and put it aside. Come up with a new process in the hopes that you're going to reach something better. Now, as humans, we don't want to do that. If something has worked a certain way before, we want to repeat that process to end up with what we perceive is going to be the same result. If it's gotten us a success in the past, we expect it's going to get us a success in the future. But in the ever-changing perpetual world that we live in, that's simply not the case. Change the process, change the outcome. But the key to this is working with a team that shares this exact same philosophy. I was very
Job
excited to
Hop
meet the
is real,
Doom team.
LOL.
Ben picked me up from the hotel in Dallas
Oh,
and
hell,
drove me
it's
all the way
picking
down to
that
the
up.
offices. The whole way he played this
It's
most
fucked.
incredible electronic music. It was great. It was all this weird sort of crazy like experimental stuff. There's no beat, there's no time signature, there's no nothing. It's just random sort of weirdness. But he listens to this stuff every morning to inspire him. When I entered the office, I met Chad Mossholder. Chad was just finishing up the masters on his latest experimental electronic music album, this one here. Richard Devine did a remix on it. It's really, really fantastic stuff. I was then introduced to Chris Height, the audio director. Now, Chris's room I couldn't even get into because it was full of synthesizers. There was synths everywhere, there was boxes of sounds everywhere. I couldn't move. Straight away after meeting Chris, I was told that there was a very, 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 very important audio-centric meeting. So we all rushed into a room. You see, Aphex Twin had just dropped a couple of new tracks, and we all had to have a listen. It was clear that these guys lived creativity, and they breathed creativity. In fact, every Wednesday evening after work, they had this fantastic concept called Weird Wednesday, where they'd all get into a studio together and just geek out for a while on any new plugins or any new pieces of equipment that they got, and they just jam. Now, they're not jam in the conventional sense. There's not a tempo. There's not a key signature that they're set into. They're not playing licks or anything. Chad over there on the far right is running his guitar through his laptop, and he's playing with all sorts of Bejeweled modules, making all sorts of cool sounds. Ben in the middle there at the background, he had a Euro-rack system, and he was making all sorts of awesome, incredible sounds with these make noise modules that he just picked up. That's Chris there on the left, and he had his Ableton Live setup, and he was making all sorts of, processing and sound design based on what the other two guys were doing. I had my little laptop set down up at the front here. And the guys would record this, and they'd just jam away, making all sorts of weird, random sounds for 2 hours, and they'd record it for archival reasons. But that wasn't really the purpose. The purpose here was to break away from any creative inhibitions. It was to break away from anything that was stopping them from getting to their creativity. What they were doing was creating an environment where each of them felt comfortable in failure. So I was so inspired after hanging out with these guys for a couple of days, and I couldn't wait to get back to my studio, right? And I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to come up with some really, really incredible, creative Doom music based on synths and stuff, right? So synths, right, dude? So we got synths and there's hell, right? And hell's down below. So, synths, we can put them down below like a sub, yeah? So let's start with like a sub part, right? Oh, man. GDC speakers. Are you kidding me? That's what that sounds like. Okay, it's really low sub part, right? But this is actually really good. See, the trouble with sub notes is when you're running them so low, as we demonstrated just then, you can't hear them. So instead, we want to take some high-frequency content. We want to add some high-frequency content to the sub-parts in order for the player
the whole
to be able to
change the process, change the outcome.
Now, one of the ways that I
like
like
kind
to
of my
do this is to
mentality
take
on video
white
games
noise.
now. Like,
I take this white noise, and I turn the white noise on, and I turn the white noise off.
Like, trying to get better at games,
at a
don't
rate
do
that mirrors the frequency
what you've done
of
in
the
the
sub
past.
underneath.
You need to change.
So what I'm essentially doing here is ring modulation, right?
If you change the process,
But
you'll
it's
change
ring
the
modulation
outcome.
at the audio
Get out of your
frequency.
comfort zone.
Now the sub there
Don't
that
do
you
what you
couldn't
think
even
is
really
right.
hear
Just try
was
shit
about
until you figure it out.
36.7
Like,
hertz.
don't be
So
afraid to.
36.7 times per
Don't
second.
be afraid of failure.
That's bouncing or trying to bounce. It wasn't really bouncing. So when you take
Just go with it.
like a white noise and you do that with the same sort of thing, you end up with this sound. All right? So when you combine those two together and you get the sub and the white noise, you can hear them together. You're probably not going to hear the full result on these speakers, though. There's the sub. Right. I feel we're really testing the GDC speakers here. Now, if you take this combination and you feed it through a distortion processor, you get all sorts of really interesting harmonics. In the next video here, I'll run these two together through some distortion. You'll hear all sorts of interesting stuff start to happen. Now, I'll turn the white noise off halfway through, and you can hear what the distortion is doing to the sub alone. And you'll notice that the white noise is actually doing quite a lot. All right, so there's where we go. So I was like, oh man, this is brilliant, right? Here we go. This is going to be the Doom sound. We're going to take sine waves, I'm going to take noise, I'm going to run them through some distortion. I'm an absolute genius. This is brilliant. So I send this off to Chris, right? And I tapped out a really big email justifying the whole thing. And I said, man, this is going to be awesome. Let this thing blow your mind. And then I sent it off. I hit send on the email, and I awaited Chris's reply. He replied with this. Now, you're only laughing there because you're suffering the same fear of rejection that I am, right? And there I am, I read that on my screen, and I'm like, oh no, I failed again, right? Time to go turn on the cold water in the shower and have a bit of a cry. But then underneath that, he had these lines. I feel you've taken the first step on a journey toward the perfect destination. Keep going, you're almost there. Now, instantly, I felt comfortable with failure. I wasn't worried about failing with this team. I was encouraged to be able to keep going. Chris understood what I was trying to do here, but rather than rejecting it outright and therefore rejecting me and my abilities, he was saying, keep going, you're on the right path. He was encouraging an environment where I felt comfortable in failure. Now, it was clear after this that I really wasn't doing the right thing, right? I knew in myself it wasn't correct. All I'd done is taken some sounds and ran them through distortion. I mean, that's not really amazing. I'm a guitar player and made a living out of doing that exact thing for about 10 years. But what I needed to do was change the process, right? Change the process, change the outcome. I'm a big fan of Doom 3. I really, really quite enjoyed Doom 3. I really love the darkness that they were able to get into it. I really love storytelling. I thought it was such an amazing technical achievement that they were able to pull off back in 2004. I found it really, really quite inspiring. It was an interesting project. Now, of course, the music that you're hearing there, Chris Vrenna had produced this track for Doom 3. Now, Chris is an incredible person. I've only spoken to Chris a couple of times, but his high level of music ability is only matched by his personality. He's a really, really wonderful person. And Chris, of course, played drums with Nine Inch Nails for many years and went on to play with Marilyn Manson and all that sort of stuff. Really, really great guy. But it was his experience with Nine Inch Nails that remembered something. I remembered that at one point, Nine Inch Nails toured with David Bowie. Now, David Bowie himself is obviously a really incredible musician, and this reminded me of an interesting story. Back in 1977, when Bowie was in Berlin recording Heroes, he was working with a fascinating engineer named Tony Visconti. Now, due to the technical limitations that these guys were working with, they'd pretty much run out with tracks on this tape machine that they were using. They had one track left for vocals. But to get the full emotional impact of this song across, they needed to have reverb that was scalable. So Tony, the engineer, came up with this really incredible technique. He set up David Bowie in the middle of the studio here, right at the front here. So David would be singing into that microphone. About 20 feet away from that would be a second microphone. Then at the end of the hall was a third microphone. Now, microphones 2 and 3 at the back there were behind a gate. Right? Everybody understands what a gate is, right? Open, closed gate, audio gate, right? Now, when David was singing at the start of the song, and it was kind of low tones, there wasn't much volume to his voice. So this first microphone was all that was picking up. Then when he'd open up a little bit, the second microphone, the gate would open and allow some of his voice through. That would create a bit of a natural ambience. Then when Bowie would really rip into it, the gate on the third microphone at the back would open up. And what I thought was really fascinating about this is that they designed a system that dynamically added reverb based on the input. So I thought, well, what if I designed a system that dynamically produced interesting and appropriate musical bits based on the input? To be inspired by this, I started getting this awesome concept art through for the project. I was really fascinated by these concepts of where they had these giant rock structures that were being held together with this evil force of energy, this hell energy. And the story in the game is that this evil corporation has found a way to mine this energy as a source of renewable energy, right? Sustainable energy source. But I kind of love this idea that everything from your mobile phone to the TV you watch, to the pacemaker that's keeping you alive, to the plane that you're flying, is all being powered by energy mined from hell. This kind of evil energy, right? I had this idea about this sort of force that was traveling through things and getting corrupted, this evil energy. So with that in mind, I set out to design the following system. Now, for the sake of this next bit, I want you to think of audio like water. It flows downhill. We start with a computer at the top. The computer is what generates the sound. In this case, it was a simple sine wave. We'll go into more of that in a little bit. That computer split that signal out into 4 different paths. These paths went into a chain. The first chain consisted of a whole bunch of pedals. 4 pedals as a result. Now, for this first test, I actually wrote these down for the real geeks in the audience, if you're curious. So the first pedal there was a Retro Mechanical Labs 432K distortion box, really, really great distortion box. The second pedal was a Metasonics KV100, really interesting tube distortion. The third pedal was a Geiger counter. It's like a bit crusher that you can kind of do some cool stuff with. The fourth pedal was a Dwarfcraft fuzz from the Dwarfcraft devices guys. They're really, really cool as well. That was the first chain. At the bottom of that was a splitter. We'll get back to that one in a second. The second chain went through a very similar setup. We had another 4 pedals. The first one was another Geiger counter, just for awesomeness. The second one was a Metasonics TX3. Google it or don't. The third was a Neutron biphase, an old phaser from like the late 60s, early 70s, really, really old phaser pedal. Because I really liked old phaser pedals, there was a second one of those. It was a Dodd 70s phaser as well. So really, really cool stuff. At the end of that was a compressor. We'll come back to that one in a second. The third chain consisted of a tape echo. I had this Watkins copycat old tape echo. They would actually record to a tape, and then the record head is back with the play head, so whatever you record plays up behind. And that's it's like proper echo, actual natural echo on a tape machine, right? Real stuff. The second distortion box that was under that, the pedal one that you see listed there on the third chain, that was just another distortion box. It was a Trogotronic valve distortion thing. It wasn't really there for the distortion aspect. It was there more for the compression aspect. After that, I had this old Akai reel-to-reel machine from the 70s. It's like a tiny little quarter-inch thing. Great sound, really, really grimy. What I was doing here was feeding it with about 40 decibels more than it could handle, which was really, really cool, and then recording back off it at the same time. Following on to that, that went into a spring reverb tank with a wet and dry control, so I could kind of play around with that. That went into a compressor, which I'll talk about in a second. The final one we did a couple of different interesting things with. The signal was sent out to a little mini amp. You know those little crappy like Fender mini amp things that got like a tiny little speaker in them? Again, it was being fed with about 40 decibels too much of what it could handle. That was being mic'd with a little like a microphone with, so the speaker had a microphone in front of it, and a little bit of that signal was being sent through a splitter back into the amp itself. So we're creating a feedback loop there. But the feedback loop was only very, very small. It was so small that if a sound was actually coming through the amp, it would choke out the feedback. And when that sound started to disappear, the feedback would come back up in the mix. I have a little example of that running here.
Want to get some class
So we can hear whenever that distortion sort of stuff starts to die out, the feedback comes in.
That was loud.
Right?
Yeah.
So the next thing is that every single one of those ran into a mixer, so I could start summing things back down. That ran into an EQ and a compressor. The EQ wasn't really doing much. It was adding about 4 or 5 decibels down really low, about 30 to 60 hertz. And then we were adding about the same up about sort of 8 to 10, basically creating a nice sort of smiley face EQ. Nothing really amazing there. That was running into a compressor. This compressor was absolutely friggin' pinned. I'm kidding, it was knocking off about 20 decibels, right? The reason I was hitting it that hard was so when the loud noises would start to go away, the compressor would begin to open up and bring up all the interesting noise that every single one of these pedals and bits of equipment was creating. I'll show you more of that in a second. That's very important. The compressor itself was set at about a 30 millisecond attack, so we got some really cool punchy stuff. And then I'd adjust the release based on the tempo of whatever I was sending through it. Again, I'll show you that more in a second. The ratio was about 12 or 20 to 1. Pretty drastic, pretty crazy. And that was running straight into the digital audio workstation there and recording stuff. So what I'm going to do next is attempt to, if we can get some volume on the computer here, I'm going to show you my first experiment running through this array. I'm going to show you a series of sub-sine wave tones. They're 4 F notes, followed by a little bit of a gap. It's not meant to be buzzing. That's that buzzing over there. A gap. Okay, so that's it. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's really not amazing, right? I know, music of the year right here. Woo! But when you run that through this array, all sorts of interesting stuff starts to happen. What I want you to listen out for is a couple of things. At the end of those 4 F notes, you'll hear another note creep in underneath. It's like an E. It's like just below the F. That's not being generated from me. That's not being generated from the computer. That's coming from some ground hum within the array. Additional to that, there's all sorts of interesting distortion layers that are coming in and out based on that splitter on the left-hand side there that was sending a signal to those compressors along the bottom. Sometimes, if I wanted to, that was essentially side-chaining the signal from those other chains. So based on whatever the input based on whatever the input was doing, it could dynamically change the mix of whatever each chain I had. The last thing I want you to hear out for is all sorts of interesting stuff that's going on with the sonics and things. You'll hear all sorts of harmonics. Anyway, here again is that same subwoofer tone run through this array several times. Now we're getting somewhere interesting. So the way I started thinking about this was that this was my instrument. I'm feeding it a very basic input, and all I'm changing from that input is amplitude and pitch of what I'm sending through. Everything I was sending through it was a sine wave. That's it. The reason I chose a sine wave is because a sine wave is our most pure representation of what sound can be. It's simply a wave that goes up and a wave that comes back down. Therefore, any interesting thing that was happening within this array was being imparted onto that sine wave in the purest form possible. I started to think about this as my doom instrument. Now, don't care too much about this sort of thing. These pedals would change. I'd swap stuff out and all that sort of thing. But the concept remained the same. I'm going to show you a couple more examples of what I ran through it next. Here's another little subpart I ran through. I hope you guys can hear it. That's it. Very, very interesting. Not really. Kind of sucks. Here it is run through that array. All I'm doing is changing the amplitude and then tweaking some of the knobs as I go. Here's another example. This is the same sort of thing. So I'll just play that one again. So it's da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun. Pretty basic, right? Now, I'm going to play that one through this array again. You'll hear the rhythm change halfway through just because I was getting bored with the same da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun over and over again. Again, everything there is being generated based on those sine waves alone. So here, finally, we're finding something that's interesting. This is some interesting music that is appropriate to Doom. It starts feeling good. When we started putting it into the game, it started working really, really quite well. But we only reached this thing because I changed the process. Changed the process, and we changed the outcome. So here we are, finally we had something interesting, right? Some really stuff that was kind of unique, it was kind of special to Doom, it started feeling really, really good. Throwing it in the game, everybody was responding it to really well. We were really quite happy with it. The thing was though, it was missing something. See, the modern Doom is nothing but a tribute to 90s game design. 90s game design is really quite fascinating. You walk into a room and you're instantly presented with a series of very distinguishable enemies. It's your job then to figure out what weapon you want to pick to be able to kind of get rid of those enemies. Now, it's for that reason that you're allowed to carry as many weapons as you like. You don't need to aim down the sights. You're not hiding behind cover. None of this sort of stuff. The idea is that you're being constantly encouraged to move. It's very quick. It's very fast. In fact, even when you start to take health, you've got to go look for a health pack. You can't just hide somewhere and have it generate. It's all about kind of keeping that moving, right? Now, I feel that what was really interesting about the Doom team on the new Doom was that we're really able to capture that 90s feeling, even with a modern first-person shooter. When I visited the id Studios in Dallas, I was really blown away with how well the new Doom game actually felt. It was making me get these sort of weird nostalgic feelings of playing Doom back in the day. It was feeling very, very similar to the same thing. So the game itself there felt like Doom, but it wasn't sounding like Doom. And I knew exactly why. We had no guitars. Now, of course, there's a really good reason behind that, right? I mean, I know they said no guitars, we had guitars, don't put guitars into a game, but I totally understood why. Why? It's because the sound of an electric guitar somehow instantly summarizes a genre that has become a bit of a joke.
So I'll pick one up when I go out today. Other than that, I'm in good shape.
So, I mean, you can instantly see why. No developer wants to be associated with such a joke, right? I mean, it totally makes sense. The thing is, though, that harsh, aggressive, upfront sound that you get from a guitar is exactly appropriate, and it was the thing that was missing from the soundtrack. Now, it took some convincing, but after a while we started looking at, hey, what happens if we add a little bit of guitar, like 5% here, and then maybe 10% here, right? Little bit by little bit. Now, slowly, slowly, slowly. What we wanted to do, though, was kind of experiment with different guitar tones. We didn't just want to take sort of general metal sounds and put those into the game because it didn't feel appropriate. It kind of felt like that. So we started experimenting with different ways to get guitar tones. I was again inspired by the work with that Chris Renner and things had done in the 90s and stuff like that, and specifically Marilyn Manson, and an engineer that Marilyn Manson worked with named Sean Bevan. And he had this brilliant technique back in the day of getting this really chunky guitar tone. And it was a guitar tone that they used for like Beautiful People and stuff like that. And one of the methods they used to get that guitar tone was to take the guitar part as it normally was, play it up an octave, and then twice as fast. And you'd record that to tape at 30 inches per second, right? Then you'd take that tape and slow it down to 15 inches per second and get some really interesting results. Now, I had a tape machine and I wanted to give this a try. So this is the guitar part played up an octave, twice as fast. Now, I know it sounds like Bill and Ted at the moment, don't worry. We record that to tape at 30 inches per second, play it back at 15 inches per second, run it through a preamp, which is kind of jacked pretty hard, you get this. Pretty cool stuff. Super, super gnarly, right? Another thing I did was started extending the range of the guitar down a lot. Now, I know a lot of people have made jokes about this sort of thing, and fair enough, too. I got a hold of a 9-string, right? And 9 strings are really freaking crazy. You don't need a 9-string. It's like excessiveness. A 9-string is so low, it is literally like having a 5-string bass on the bottom of your regular guitar. It's kind of stupid. I had this 9-string riff for the main menu theme. The trouble was that it was sounding too much like a guitar. It was sounding, again, too much like a sort of metal thing. And as I said, the whole 9-string thing, yeah, really, really, really stupid. I actually got rid of the 9-string after finishing up the Doom project. I gave it to a buddy of mine. He plays in like the biggest, most aggressive metal band in the world, and even he can't find a use for it. Around the time I was experimenting with this, the Synaptic plugin people re-released a plugin called Morph. And it's a really cool plugin. I recommend anybody check it out. Basically what you can do is take two sounds and interpolate some characteristics of one sound into another. I don't know exactly how it works, but basically you can take one sound and kind of start to morph it into the other sound. I took a sample of the chainsaw from the original Doom game and started to interpolate that guitar tone with that chainsaw sound. And this is what we ended up with. Doom's kind of violent if I didn't make that point. Sorry, I should have pointed that out at the beginning. Anyway, so this was a really interesting way to kind of start getting some...
Turn that off. Yar.
I was watching that.
Yeah. I've been running around on Parkour House. It's such a good freaking panel.
Yeah, it is.
But that's where the thing from the stream came from. The whole change the process, change the outcome, and I was like, you know, something so simple but so, you know, striking. And that's like, if you're not getting results you want, change the process.
Yeah, with mentality, there's a lot. There's just a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to do, especially when you try to apply it to like a hobby. You don't want to have to work hard for a hobby. You ready to play? Yeah.
Yeah, gotta make sure I got all my sick triple jumps. You know, those are relevant like 90% of the time.
They're so good. Oh, dude, there's a sick CTF pug going on. Too bad there's players like Hoyt and Zyda playing.
Did they actually get it going? I saw something on that on the Discord that Zyda was trying to get that organized. I didn't know if he was actually going to get it or not. Ooh, actually hit that triple. Wow. Oh, I got the quad.
bruh. We're gonna play some video game. Oh, this server's password protected. Right?
Is there people on fucking
Dude.
Slayers and Players?
Yeah, there is. It's Oscar and Cthulhu. Fuck those guys, dude. Stealing my secret server.
I love that server. It's like 2 people. Oh, here's one. That's password protection.
Yeah, it's you're looking at grind.
Fucking grind, yeah. It's like shit. Isn't it like
I guess you can join us like Chicago 1. This map is my fucking jam, dude. You see this shit?
what map is it?
It's a FFA map.
There's a Jeep. Really, really big Jeep.
It doesn't support dual. That is a giant. Why is the Jeep so huge,
Look at
dude?
the fucking size of the wrench.
Oh, you don't have that wrench? What am I using? The katana? Is this the katana?
No.
I have it disabled. What is it?
It's a wrench, but it's not like that wrench.
Oh.
I flew all the
Oh,
way down the staircase.
You got pooped on, dude.
Damn.
I gotta join a dual server. Dude, the server that I have the best ping to is 43 ping, and it's password protected like a dick. Alright, we're Dojo, Texas 1.
Texas 3?
I joined Texas 1. It's already on Simplicity, so you gotta know. We're gonna beat it up in Tron land.
Texas 1.
Alright, handicap. I'm gonna mouse speed 7.
God. I'm gonna hit sick flicks.
No, I'm gonna not be able to aim.
I wanna play with mine at like 5.5. Cause like, I don't know, like... 'cause I haven't played in,
I
like,
use
so
5.5.
damn long. Damn, dickhead.
Dude, this is weird. I can turn around. What is this? I can do a 360. I can't aim. Oh, I hit you. Oh, yeah. Hope you're ready for the rocket main.
Wait, did I hit you? No.
No.
See, ready.
Wait, are we doing?
If I just did. It would have been a flick through the fucking rails. Is it on comp?
Is it Colvo game type competitive?
I don't fucking know. You're always the one that changes it.
Oh, the rule set's already competitive. Sweet. I can't aim. I missed. No. Gotcha. Hit F3, you little bitch. I'm just kidding.
Mine's not F3.
Match begins in
Dude, are you a heretic?
4, 3, 2, 1.
I got mega spawn. Oh, you got red sponge. Fucking cheater.
Yellow.
Why are you there? RJ, calm down, dude. It's only game. That almost hit me.
You lost the lead.
Oh shit!
Hey, found you.
That rocket didn't even register, did it?
No. I took 0 damage. Hope you weren't looking for this yellow armor. It's my baby. No! Thanks for getting the rail for me, bud. Gotcha.
Green.
You mad about it, dude? Oh, wait, red! Time out. Time out.
What?
Red.
I need to get red.
Green. Yellow.
No, I let you get the yellow. Sir, can you calm down? Can you embrace the break? No, that was a nice second rocket, dude. Oh, what am I doing? You're so stacked.
Yellow.
Did you almost just like fall into my hill?
I almost became the pineapple. Oh, thank God you took the telly. I didn't want to fight you. The next armor is Mega, or it's red. That feels bad. Oh, it's fine. You didn't contest it. XD. Oh, but you got that.
Yellow.
I'm gonna have to ask you to come back.
Ah! That was a good fucking rocket.
No. Don't take it, you bitch. This was mine. I called dibs. God, at least you killed yourself.
Green.
What are you talking about? At least I killed you.
Oh, you took a direct.
Yellow.
Dude, how you take direct? How can she slap? Do you know when this is up?
Red?
Right now. Yeah, it's up now. Please, Argo. Don't pineapple me.
Red.
Gosh.
Fuck.
Green.
Oh, hey. Fancy meeting you here. Dude, you need to stop with these runaway rockets. You're cheating.
I get so many directs because I can't fucking splash.
Green.
Ugh! RJ, please. RJ, stop. RJ, relax. Calm down. We're just playing a game, dude. No! Oh, I knew that was Dead Town. But you should have, like, no health? Question mark? Please don't direct me. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, that was a nice... That was a flick and a half. How does your wrist feel after that, dude?
Yellow.
Just fucking yellow. Thank you.
How much health do you have? Like 10? Oh, you have the blue health.
I'm fucking full stacked.
Don't worry, I'm getting the red right now. Oh, I thought I was done for. I got you on the... I never hit that splash. Oh, that didn't taste... Oh. Oh, hey, you want that? Don't stop! Archie, come!
No! I was so close to hitting you.
Can you relax? Oh boy,
You
found you.
jumped my fucking rocket.
Dude, I landed on your forehead. I put my rocket right down your throat. Oh, hey, what up? No, it's not up, RJ.
5 minutes remaining.
You took a teleporter, I heard it. I wish I had a ring.
Yellow.
Did the bait work? Oh, kind of.
Red. Green.
Left? Did you go left? Oh, I knew. Oh, shot myself.
Yellow.
was on 1 health and like 10 armor.
Oh, you lucky bitch. And now you're getting red because I'm retarded? Is it up yet? Yeah.
Red.
RJ, put your direct hit away. We're not playing TF2.
We had so many directs. No, that was a 10 damage rocket.
I hit you for 100 off spawn and you don't die. How you like those directs? Boom. Boom.
Green.
Shit.
Get out of my armor. You dare hold W into my armor? I need to take like one more health. Damn, thank you.
Green. Red.
3 minutes remaining.
No, it was up. Where are... What? You just took a teleporter. Where did you end up going?
Yellow. Red.
Sit
I'll
down.
take that trade. I'll take that trade. That's an okay trade.
Green.
Oh, you spawned at red. I'm on the hunt, dude.
I'm
Got it.
Okay. Oh, I walked right
That's
around
mine.
it.
Green.
Thankfully you didn't spawn at red.
2 minutes remaining.
You spawned this one.
Green.
I was wrong.
Oh.
Red.
Can you not deal damage? Oh, I walked into it.
Good, because I had like 69 health and
Yellow.
like 5 armor.
Oh,
Ah, fuck me.
grenade!
Red. Green.
You didn't go the way you always go. Question mark.
Red.
What jump pad were you just taking? Oh, the mega one. You didn't take...
Yellow.
He's son of a bitch. Fucking grenade.
You're spawning here. You're spawning here. I knew it. Dude, you had 31% LC. What would you call it? LE?
I call it LG.
No, for the longest time you called it like LE.
Yeah, duh. Ah.
I remember. Pepperidge Farms remembers, dude.
Pepperidge Farms always remembers.
Yellow.
Duh. Oh god.
Alright, I'm going back to 4.5.
4.5.
Do you remember that program that people installed back in like Vietnam? And it was the one that like it told you how many miles your mouse has moved.
What?
Yeah, there was this program. It was when I was in like middle or high school, and it would like
Yellow.
draw a picture of where your mouse was in hotspots, and it would like tell you how many times you clicked and how many miles your mouse has moved. With my sensitivity, it's probably like 900 miles.
I remember Razer Synapses used to track that.
Red.
Razer. The gamer gear. You can't warm up. No.
Match begins in 5,
I still made the jump.
3, 2, 1.
Good luck.
Fight.
I got the same. Oh, but you didn't get red?
Red.
I couldn't
Dude, my
find you.
plasma.
Yellow.
I like falling straight down targets.
Red.
Dude, that was a lot of damage. Hey, what up? How did you live? You have 2 health now?
I think I actually did.
Yellow.
This is my armor.
Green.
Oh, I missed.
Oh.
Red.
Come from the weirdest angles.
I came from the same angle.
I know, it's weird.
Yellow.
Longest LG.
Green.
My LG's got fucking
Girth.
go-go gadget extendo arms, dude.
Ow.
If that was Quick Champions, I wouldn't hit you. Went right through your legs.
Yellow. Red.
Oh, you sniped.
Why aren't you fucking dead? And
I
then
have
230
4 health.
damage.
I had 2 health.
I don't have any rockets.
Oh, that's so good for me. Where'd you go? Oh, hey, come here.
Yellow.
I have 19 health. I have 119 health.
Oh god. Okay, I didn't roll.
Red.
I have a lot of health now. Did you not take the orange? Oh, the shotgun!
I had 1 health.
Dude, the shotgun. It finds a way.
Red.
Where are you? Oh, hey, what up?
I had 1 health, so I was trying to be quiet.
I knew you were being a sneaky snake somewhere, dude. What, you just double telling him?
Green.
I shot myself.
Yellow. Green. Red.
I didn't hit you. How much do you have? You have to have like 1 HP. You juked me. No one jukes me and gets away with it. You went right. Oh, I'm behind you.
Oh god.
Green.
Dude, the knockback is
Red.
insane.
Green.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yellow.
Oh, I don't have a railgun. Can you not surf that? You can't pull that trick 9 times in a row on me. Fool me once, it's gonna work. Fool me twice, it's gonna work.
Red.
Fool me
Yellow.
12 times. This might work sometime. Wait,
Son of a bitch.
that was a hard flip. No. RJ, please, calm down.
I didn't have any weapons and I knew you were right next to me. I was like, shit.
RJ.
Red.
Denying it was worth it, I have 3 HP.
Oh.
5 minutes remaining.
I have more than 3 HP.
Yellow.
Oh.
Oh god. I thought you were gonna loop around the freaking rockets. Oh god.
Red.
No, I shouldn't have done it.
No, you really shouldn't have.
Oh, you shouldn't have walked up there.
Right?
I hate when people like try to make analysis out of plays like that. Hey, what up?
Red. Yellow.
4 minutes remaining.
Hey, what up? Oh, I don't have a gun. Meanwhile, I'm
Fucking
shooting.
die!
Green.
I hit you for 250.
Sometimes health matters, aren't you?
Green.
Oh, you must.
Red. Yellow.
Rocket?
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be a rocket.
Green.
Yeah, I'll shoot him back.
Huh?
Red.
I'll shoot grenades back.
3 minutes remaining.
I got stuck in the corner.
Green.
Dude, that corner is my friend. I pay it. I pay it royalties.
Fuck!
Okay. Hey, guess what just spawned?
Huh. Mega.
Mega. Your dead body looked like your real body.
Green. Red.
Well, I was up there.
Two minutes remaining.
I was shooting grenades in that direction too.
Oh god.
I don't have rockets, please. Have mercy. Oh no, that's not a gun.
Oh!
Red. Green. Yellow.
No.
Shit.
Yes. That's usually your upgrade, I stole it. No. Oh, you're hurting. Oh, I'm hurting. but who gets the resources?
Green.
1 minute remaining.
You're probably going for Mega, which is the smart thing. Oh, and I got it in red. It's okay. Oh boy. Oh hey, what up, dude?
Green.
No, get the fuck off my head! Get the fuck down there.
Don't take the rocket launcher. You son of a bitch.
It's a shotgun.
I knew you were gonna have it.
Motherfucker! I have missed that jump like 4 times now.
Oh, I just missed it. RJ, stop jinxing me.
Red.
I know what you have.
Yellow.
I'm not going up there, are you crazy? I learned that lesson. Dude, I hit 78% on my bolts. Calm down.
Yeah, you hit bolts like crazy. You always hit a lot of bolts, though. Great.
Dude, same? With a question mark? That's a Taco Bell bird.
No, it's just
Oh, it's a Dr. Pepper bird, my bad.
Dr. Pepper monster. And Oreos. I didn't go and buy more mystery flavored Oreos while I was out.
You just magically got more.
No, I don't want to drive all the way to fucking Walmart, but I have another fucking box of regular Oreos.
Alright, you pick the map.
Red.
We only know like 3 maps. Oh, I know what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a beautiful. We're going to 420 Catalyst. I'm getting chopped. Karate chopped right now.
What the hell is this?
Dude, it's the 420 friendly Catalyst. Where's the wheats? Here we go. Come to the... like the mega room? Dude, check it out. Do you smoke weed every day?
All the days.
All the days, including holidays. Oh, the goop.
Match begins in 5, 4,
You love the goop.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Red.
Ragdoll still here? Blizzard fix, please. I failed that.
Yellow.
Oh my god, you won't die. Oh, you
Which
have
weed?
red though.
How did that rocket? Sir. Hey, what up? Hey, what up? That's why I love this map.
Oh, I hate this map.
I hate it too. I helped you!
I've never been a fan of it. Like, it has no fucking flow.
Yellow. Red.
I need a bit of red.
Yellow.
What do you have? I missed.
No.
I didn't miss. I missed. I got baited, dude.
I can't hit these fucking things.
Dude, I destroyed you with it.
Yellow.
No. You're so hurt. Why am I using this gun? Did you double teleport around me? You little bitch. There's only one jump pad on the map.
No, damn it.
Red. Yellow.
Rocket splash, please.
Dude, that doesn't exist. That's a direct hit as far as I'm concerned.
Yellow.
Uh-oh. How did that miss? I'm a fucking... I'm a cuck.
Red.
No, and you got that too. Alright, I'm not... Oh, that helps. That doesn't help.
Yellow.
Oh, I missed. Where are you? Oh, that helps. I take those. Oh, I definitely take that.
Oh shit.
Yes!
Where the fuck did that even come from?
Am I retarded? Can you tell me right now if I'm retarded? I didn't think so.
I was like, fuck, go for the red. Oh, sweet, it's someone right where you killed me. Thanks to the red.
What? I went hunting you down. Oh, taking the down way I see? Oh, I missed. I almost didn't miss. I missed. I'm so bad. Why doesn't my ego just let me get the mega the easy way?
So close to fucking killing me. I picked up the scraps on the way there. That's the only reason I lived.
So you had like 90 health.
Ow.
Oh, you tried to bait me.
Ow.
Guess what's up?
Yellow. Yellow. Red.
You can have the upper yellow, it's okay. That's not okay.
Five minutes remaining.
Dude, if I would have hit that flick, I would have been
Yellow.
someone that can aim.
Red.
Don't take me. And then I.
Oh, shit. That one was
Gotcha.
bad. I like heard the teleporter like fucking spun around.
Yellow.
Hey, what up?
Yellow. Red.
4 minutes minutes remaining.
Dude, you're in a pickle now. You're in a pickle, Rick, now.
Yeah, because I ran out of rockets.
Cousins arrested after refusing to stop having
Yellow.
sex during
Yellow.
funeral ceremony.
Red.
Jesus.
Same. Could you imagine the lust for someone to where it's like, yo, this funeral, while bang? They're apparently disgusting. They are disgusting. One of them looks like the other one absorbed its chin.
Yellow.
Where'd you go? There you are.
I'll just swoop in real quick, don't mind me.
Oh!
I'm just leaving the way I came.
3 minutes remaining.
Ow!
Oh,
Dickhead.
baby. Hey, dude. I take those. Hey. No!
Red.
Where did I get ammo from? Archie, where did I get what? Hey, what's up, kid? No.
Yellow.
All the rockets.
That was like 500 direct rockets. Dude.
Fuck.
You know, I take these. Stop having health, Archie. It's not cool.
I've been so low for so long.
Red.
Dude, after both of those, you have to be dead. You're taking so many six.
Oh,
There.
Jesus.
How much health did you have when you were running away for the last time?
Like 50?
Oh, so the rail didn't matter too much. Hey, what a...
What the fucking plasma rifle?
Having fun
Oh
yet?
god. Oh god. Oh
Having
god.
fun yet? Wait, did you spawn right where you just died? Did I see that? Yeah, I did.
No.
What? Can you not? Oh no.
Oh god.
Didn't expect that one.
I heard it and like turned and then just saw you.
Hey RG, guess what? Oh, I didn't spawn there. No.
Red.
Oh god.
Yellow.
Please. I shot the fucking wall. And then you just
Oh,
went,
Jesus.
Oh, gotcha. Dude. I knew.
Yellow.
Dude, you can't come over here. He's grounded. Oh shit. Oh shit. No.
Die already.
Dude, you got 6 frags.
That map
I
is so
shot
fucking
30.
stupid.
I shot 34 bolt rifle shots.
Yeah, you did. You love your bolts.
I played a game against Rock Monkey and I think he had like 75 bolts.
Yeah, he likes bolts.
Well, bitch.
It's like I like playing him, but I don't like playing people that it's like they're clearly better than you when they can just use the bolt rifle and beat you.
Yeah.
It's like that always hurts.
Why did I hurry up on this shitty man? This is... Here we go.
What are we doing? Oh god.
You were like, I'd rather play on this map.
Red.
This map
so
is
fucking stupid.
Isn't there like a teleporter that puts you on midair? Ooh.
No, it's so far that does
Holy
that.
boy. Who knows? Oh, that is the one.
Yeah, the teleporters on this map are so fucking stupid. I have no idea where any of them go.
But we have the Arena Eternal.
Yeah, because we joined fucking Arrowwalk. Of course somebody's gonna join within 3 seconds.
We could vote kick the man.
People are just sitting there spamming refresh until they see people playing Arrowwalk and they're like, ah, fresh meat. Like I'm telling you. People love Arrowwalk for some fucking reason.
Pepper sometimes remembers.
You just leave. Oh god, is this the fucking map I think it is? Like, we're not really playing Arrow instantly leaves.
Dude, what is this map?
Have you not seen this?
I haven't played on it.
It fucking sucks.
It feels weird.
It's so fucked up.
How do you get red? Can you do like a quad jump to get red?
Look, hey.
Dude, you walk upstairs and you're just like flying.
Except for these stairs you have to jump up to.
What?
Look at this shit. It's on my mega.
Hold on, I was falling. What?
That's why this map is so fucking retarded. And it'll just like randomly stop your momentum too. Like if you don't hit just right, you just like stop.
Isn't there an upside down arrow lock?
There's so many fucking variations.
Arrow lock, but it's tilted. Just take a second to appreciate the thumbnail.
Just fucking nothing.
Oh!
I see you, but where the fuck are the walls?
Where the I found a teleporter? I got mega.
There's not like a. This is sort by least favorite.
I found a Did I get the rocket launch? I think I did. Oh boy. Oh dude, this is my map.
Oh no, I'm fucking screwed. You did MG.
I can't get to the top of Spire.
Here, come over here. Right.
Oh, that's a lot of health and ammo kits.
It's all. I think it's all the fucking ammo.
It is.
Just bunched up into one.
Is it bad that my first reaction was to
Rocket
TF2
jump?
rocket jump when I saw this? Oh, oh baby. Oh, we have to do like all ammo. Dude, you're in trash right now. They actually made it trash.
Really?
This call out is trash. And look, it's garbage. This corner is called trash. They actually made it trash. And that's fence. They even put the fucking thing that stops you. That little lip.
What?
There's a lip right here. It prevented you from fucking. It prevented you from ramp sliding. Oh no. I think there's a 2 for it map.
There's so many fucking weird maps. I'm just gonna go on the 1v1. I'm gonna go to fucking page 10.
We already have the only map.
Final destination, no items.
Nah, dude. We have the only map in the game.
Wait, what? What was that? Trampoline. What? Oh, fucking 2 for it.
You know what to do.
What?
Oh, what?
What the fuck?
Oh, yo, ready up. That's so sick. 1v1 me. You know exactly what to do.
I don't.
Just pick sniper and go to the sniper spot.
God. Fuck, oh, there we go. We spawned on the same side. Sounds like we did, yeah.
Oh boy. Little bitch. Are you on red or blue side?
I don't fucking know, they're both
Oh, I
gray.
see. Look at the props. Some of them are red.
Huh?
You're on red side. Oh no.
I'm on blue side.
No, you're on red.
You are tied for the lead. You win.
I win.
What? I clicked options and it put me in spectator? I was gonna make my FOV fucking 20. That way I can snipe you.
Hang on.
Yo, playing on 20 FOV is brain.
Oh my god, that looks like it fucking sucks.
What? Why this map actually took a significant amount of time to download. Oh, I remember this map.
Oh. I'm going through like I wanna see what's on like fucking page 10.
This was my favorite map. You got triggered.
I didn't get triggered, this is a fun map, I just got getting fucked.
You would spawn and I would immediately kill.
Yeah, it was bad.
We're playing Insta good.
What is this? I can't, it doesn't even show everything up. It says arrow walk, but you have to something.
I don't know. Go ahead and load it up.
Bouncy map.
Airlock, but you have to do.
Red.
Can you move?
What?
Crouch.
What about crouching?
Crouch? Hit crouch like one time. Oh, hold crouch.
What about it?
Hold crouch and you can move. Can you move yet?
Yeah, I can move.
Okay. Good luck. Oh, you bitch. How are you in there? That's so overpowered.
It's a fucking water bubble.
Why did I get a water bubble?
It's over by fucking red. It's just like water and you jump into it and you just fucking float.
How did you jump into it?
You just go on the staircase. Like, I can't leave these stairs. But I can jump in the water.
Oh, nice.
Fucking...
Red.
Let's see. Most recent. Oh my god, that's actually kind of cool looking.
What is happening to your body right now?
Well, they made it ruins of Sarnath. Water walk. It's arrow walk, but it's full of fucking water. Simplicity rebalance.
Probably is like 2 yellows.
Bird map for bird people.
That map is really dumb.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a bunch of jumps, like more jumps than like you have to do jumps to get like armor
Oh,
and a rocket launcher. It literally doesn't make sense. This map here has potential for esports. You have to fucking crouch walk everywhere. You can't jump. This is the future. Stairs make you go really quick. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just play on stairs.
Arrow walk, but it's really tall.
Arrow squeeze.
What the fuck is this?
Red.
Arrow walk, but everything is really small.
Dude, fucking little tiny corridors. Oh my god, it's so hard to go through fucking hallways.
Get wrecked. This map is mini.
Okay, I'm going to fucking page 10. I'm fucking highest rated. Wish you could fucking sort. I'm gonna find just Shadowfang Keep. Fuck.
Is that a map?
Yeah. Damn it, why aren't the pictures loading? I need to see the pictures.
Bouncing Betty.
There's the pictures. It took me back to fucking page 1.
Lava Arena.
Fucking arrow squeeze. The dance floor.
Harambe.
Lava. Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
What is this? It just says, wait, I thought we were... Twisted Tunnel? Oh no.
The thumbnail, I was like, oh god.
It's probably just a twisted tunnel. This map is huge, apparently. Oh,
Check
this is hard to look at.
Hi DVE.
It's impossible to move.
Welcome to the stream.
No, but it's just like, I go one way, I found the end, it just teleports you.
It's just a giant twisted fucking tunnel.
It's literally
Literally just a twisted tunnel.
yeah, just a twisted tunnel of stairs, nonetheless.
Duh. Probably there's an upside
Wait,
down.
wait, I thought we were friends. I don't know what this is.
You killed me. I thought we were friends. How can you get to it? Like, I don't know how to find it if it's upside down, because you can't, like, search for it.
Someone like actually try to make a map?
Damn.
Get fucked. Yeah, this isn't a meme. Someone actually tried to make this a map. This map is horrible.
Alright, I'm making it to page 10, damn it. I'm not gonna look at any of them until I fucking get there. Because you have to go through the whole damn thing every fucking time.
955840632.
You just type in the numbers or what?
But what about the map called Ketchup?
There we go, the mouse finally loaded.
Kappa mid-air high FPS.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ice cream simplicity? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I saw that shit too. There's an upside down arrow walk. I'm trying to get the guy to tell me how to get to it.
I have to look at this map.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, I kind of want to see that.
We gotta play a match on it.
Also arrow walk
Oh,
tilt.
yes.
Yeah, I've done arrow walk tilt. It's even worse than regular arrow walk. The numbers, is it hex code or you just type in the actual numbers?
Red.
Like, it's so hard to see fucking like mega. If you catch it, if you catch it like in the if you catch it in the blue, it's like impossible to see.
All right, it's time to go on ice cream simplicity.
Try type the numbers in the search box.
I think my favorite map is Arrow Walk, but the walls are transparent.
Is it under 1v1 or what? It was like, it's looking for it, but it ain't finding it. Yeah, it no find it. What fucking bounce pattern you want? Oh, you're on the one under Mega, aren't you?
Excuse me, sir.
Wait, now you're on top of my head.
I'll be honest, I'm not doing anything.
I just fell through you.
Oh boy. Well, if I duck, it doesn't break. Wait, what?
I'm boosting.
Oh,
off you
you're
like
jumping.
Halo.
Gotcha. Alright, I'm gonna make this round my last one.
Are you?
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mouse settings, invert.
God, don't do that.
Oh my god! I'm gonna do it. Inverted mouse. Oh my god! I can't.
I bet you can't. Inverted mouse might be a little too much.
Hold on. Hannah has to try it. Alright, Akshay, it's go time.
God. We're really doing this, huh?
Match begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Oh, this is so hard. I'm gonna flick up and down so I can't move. I'm actually stuck.
Green.
Oh, aren't you? I can't breathe. How do they hate you?
So you might need to change it.
Eh.
I just have to sit above or below you.
Gotcha. Do I look retarded?
Yeah, you're just like fucking heads flying all around and shit.
Why is this an option? How do people play like this?
Hey man, if they want to do like flight simulators while playing Reflex,
Green.
I circle jump.
just the wrong way.
Red.
You're still hard to hit because you're still fucking just as predictable.
Now my movement should be alright.
Yellow.
No, I have an even better idea. Hold on, pause. I'm gonna... Here we go. Pause. Turn off inverted. But left-handed mouse. It's bad.
Did you? Did it change your mouse buttons too?
No, I'm left-handed. I'm using the corner of my wrist to jump.
Yellow.
I guess this is one of Oscar's maps.
Yellow.
You sexy wexy.
Hey, what's up, Nox?
You lost the lead.
Green.
How goes the new job, Brotherman?
This is so hard.
Because you're playing fucking left-handed. I can barely even hold a fork left-handed. Yeah, it's going good. I did like 3,500 miles last week. So, I was up in like fucking Colorado and shit. So it was fucking cold. still left-handed.
Yes.
How's it working for you?
5 minutes remaining.
You making bank?
Yellow.
Yeah, I'll be making basically at least double what I was at Kill America. It takes you so long to like line up your shots now.
Green.
What do you do?
I just drive signs around the country. Like delivering signs for the company and shit. Just a regular truck and trailer.
Four minutes
Yellow.
remaining.
Like big rig? Or U-Haul?
Just a 3/4 ton truck with a trailer.
Red. Green. Yellow.
Nice, they pay for motels and shit. K. Asterisk.
Yeah.
Three minutes remaining. You are tied for the lead.
Yellow.
What up, dude?
Hey, what's up, my dude?
Stream looks 100x better.
You have lost the lead.
Yeah,
I went back.
I was able to double the bit rate to the stream now. So now you're back to
Green.
right-handed.
I just want to just mind fuck myself.
Oh, of course, that rocket falling didn't hit you.
Green.
Ouch.
Red.
Ran out of fucking rockets.
2 minutes remaining.
Get the fuck off my ledge. Oh.
I knew you were out of rocket.
No, I had rockets again. I was waiting for you.
Oh.
Yellow.
Fucking die. How you been, man?
Red.
Oh shit.
Oh, you had 6 health.
Yeah, it was so low.
1 minute remaining.
I shot you through the teleporter.
Dude, I'll take it.
Red.
Oh, long gun.
Ow. I didn't get no guns.
Yellow.
I like to keep it that way. How are you alive? Roger, stop. I'm curious.
Why are you still alive? Jesus.
Red.
Don't take that drop.
I just propelled you up the staircase with that shotgun. My ion is 45%.
Yeah, you hit like a straight line that one.
Oh my god, you coming up the jump pad. What's new with you, gents?
Nada mucho. Gonna get into some Destiny 2 in a min.
I couldn't hit any of those. I can hit that though.
Yellow. Green.
Holding fucking angles like it's CSGO.
Right. Oh, that was a double whammy. Right into the cankles. What? I don't even know how I hit that one.
Red.
Can you not dink me so many times, sir?
Yellow.
How did I hit that?
Green.
Haha, I am the victor of battle. Bolt gun.
Yellow.
I was like, why can't I shoot? I'm sitting there clicking and it's not shooting. Where the fuck did you come from?
Over there.
Oh. Ah, shit.
Yellow.
What? Oh, crap.
Yellow.
Hey, we traded, it's okay.
Ah, shit.
Yellow.
What? I don't see how you said my fucking dodge was mechanical.
What?
I still don't understand how my dodge is supposedly mechanical.
Who said that?
I don't even know what I'm doing, dude.
Oh.
Yellow.
Shit, I have 1 health.
Alright, bend over.
Oh, Jesus.
I just wanted to go through the teleporter thing.
Yellow.
Fuck.
Green.
Ow.
I don't know how that happened.
I can't wait to get my 144 hertz.
Oh, it's so good. How did I not hit you? Question mark.
Yellow.
Like, is there any pattern to what I do at all?
No.
Ouch.
Green.
I need you to calm down, sir.
Oh.
Red.
I know.
We're playing fucking duck hunt. Oh, fucking 360.
Green. Yellow.
I think I broke my arm in that one. Oh, hey.
Green.
No. Oh my god. Oh. Hang on, I gotta fucking find that. I'm gonna see if that was as dirty as it felt. Cause that felt ugly. Come on, generate. That was kind of ugly. The first shot was more impressive than the second one. The first one, it was like, fucking I saw you at the corner of my screen. Oh shit, that one felt good.
Yellow.
I was like, it's the mind game. I know you're gonna go there, so you're gonna go there, but then I know you're gonna go there, so then you don't go there.
Yellow.
Oh shit. What? Oh.
Dude, that was like right in the butthole.
Yellow.
The fucking bolt wasn't recharging. Mind games on top of mind games.
Yellow.
God, I got stuck on the fucking corner. Do you hear that?
Yes, I do.
Yellow.
Oh god damn it.
Yellow.
Oh, that's because I picked up the Mega.
Red.
Now we're taking up reds.
Green. Yellow.
Oh, you're fully stacked the fuck up.
Green.
Oh, that one was bad. That was literally a 90.
Yellow.
Alright, man, I'm gonna go lay down.
Alrighty, boss.
Thanks for playing, dude.
Yeah, anytime.
Take it easy.
See you, buds.
Red.
Hi.
Jay Tonkin, what's going on, my man? How's it going? These batteries need to be fucking swapped.
Not much, just chilling. What about you?
About the same. Just doing a little bit of a PM stream. Streamed this morning. And all that jazz. Now I'm doing tonight. What you up to?
Where are you from?
I'm out of Missouri. Let's see what's going on. How about yourself?
Australia.
Oh yeah. I get a lot of oh shit, I just closed that out. I don't want to close that. I get a lot of EU and AU viewers. I think it's just the hours I stream, since I'm like, whenever I'm actually at home, I try to do like a midday stream, and then I do like a night stream. Like my night streams are usually like pretty late for most people, so like I tend to get a lot of EU, AU. So, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you. What kind of games do you play?
1 minute remaining.
Yellow.
Right now it's 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I know it's a pretty big time shift between US and AU. I got off my morning session at about 5 p.m. my time, and then I got back on about 9 p.m. my time. It's coming up on midnight here.
Yellow. Yellow.
Sports games. COD. GTA V.
Not bad.
Red.
I haven't played a GTA since like, holy shit, like 3?
Yellow.
Oh, like, what?
Yellow.
PlayStation 2? Was it? Because I think, yeah, GTA 3 was PS2, and then 4 came out with the PS3, and then 5 with the 4, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know. I've never really done sports games or anything. I grew up playing sports, but never really did the games. Or you play like Madden or like FIFA?
Yellow. Yellow. Red.
All of them FIFA, Madden, NBA.
I gotcha. All your franchise games is what I call them, because they come out like yearly. What Madden are they even on now? Like, or did they just go by the year? It's just like Madden 18. Because the last football game I played was Game Day '98 on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. Good old Game Day '98, where the Packers were the #1 team.
Yellow.
Yep, Madden 18.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I just knew they came out like yearly.
Yellow. Red.
I mean, like, are they? I don't know. Like, I've never really understood the draw of like getting like all the new Maddens and all that. Do they change anything up in them, or is it just like updated, like points and all that? Like updated statistics for each team, I should say.
Yellow.
Like I said, I know nothing when it comes to the sports games.
Red.
It's gotta be so low. Yeah.
Up updated rosters and they add new features like story modes.
Oh yeah, like the what's it called, franchise mode or whatever, where you can like create your own team or create your own player or some shit,
Red.
and like take them through a season, like manage a team and all that jazz. Because I know that's big in FIFA. You can like manage your team and like build up all your players and all that.
Yellow. Red. Yellow. Red.
Yep, pretty manager mode for FIFA and franchise mode for Madden.
Okay, I got you. I guess that'd be kind of cool then. They traded.
Yellow.
So what brings you to the channel then? If you primarily play like GTA and like sports games, how'd you manage to come across my channel?
Yellow. Red. Yellow. Red.
Yeah, this map is hella frantic.
Red. Yellow.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah. I'm always kind of curious, like how people manage to come across my channel.
Yellow.
Yeah, that was pretty good set between them. They freaking kept that shit close. Because yeah, like my channel basically consists of primarily like shooters and fighters. With like the occasional single player game thrown in here and there.
Do you know who sounds like pizza is?
Yellow.
Sounds like pizza.
Yellow.
Are they on Steam? Because I know somebody on Steam who I met through this game, and their like Steam profile is the picture of a pizza.
Yellow. Red.
So I know Groovy Taco has a picture of a pizza. I don't know if that's the same person. I don't know what the hell I feel like playing now. I just got done playing a set of this with my buddy for the past 2.5 hours now. Now I don't really know what I feel like playing. Let's see. still haven't played Tekken yet.
Red.
Are you a fan of the new COD?
I played it in the beta. I played the beta for it. It was a lot of fun. The game felt great. Got good FPS and all that, so good steady frame rates. Everything felt good on it, but I kind of fell out of Call of Duty back in like Modern Warfare 2. I've always been a fan of the snipers, so after like Modern Warfare 2, SMGs became really prevalent, and trying to kill people that run around with SMGs as a sniper is just really painful. So every Call of Duty that I've played since like the Black Ops series and all that jazz, like SMGs were always really prevalent. So it was, and they were always trying to nerf snipers into the ground. So I haven't really picked up a Call of Duty in years, but I played it in the beta for like several days, put like probably 20 hours into it. Enjoyed it. I think it's a good game. It's pretty polished and all that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great game, but I don't have any intentions of buying it. I was good playing in the beta. I had a lot of fun playing the beta, but I haven't wanted to play it since. Like, a lot of fun to play, but I'm not buying it. What are they doing on Simplicity? But it felt good. Like, I think it's one of the better Call of Duties to come out in a long time.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a Call of Duty hater at all. Like, I think it has its place. Is it the greatest FPS of all time? No. But for the genre it tries to fit into, it does a good job at it. You have to judge it for the game itself, not what you want it to be. So I think for what they were trying to do, I think they did a good job. Felt good. Sniping in it felt great, but none of the maps are really set up for sniping. So you kind of fall into the same hole of, if you want to snipe in that game, it's going to be really hard for you.
Green.
But thought the game was fine. Loved the guns. Thought the guns were great. They all felt nice. They all felt like they had
Exactly.
they felt like they had a lot of differences between them. So that was good. Like, I played Black Ops 3, I guess, for the first time, like, last year. On console, nonetheless, and I'm not a console player. And I went straight into snipers, and I was fragging pretty good on it, but none of the guns felt any different in that game. Every SMG felt like every other SMG. Every assault rifle felt like every other assault rifle. And all the snipers were garbage except for like 2. So it felt like you were doing the same thing. You were either using a rifle, an SMG, or a sniper rifle. There wasn't like you could set up an assault rifle to play differently. They all felt the same. So that kind of bugs me. If you're going to have a lot of guns in a game, they need to feel different. They need to be unique. If they're not unique, then don't bother putting them into the game.
Green. Yellow.
looking over at Discord too. Black Friday, I'm planning on getting me some new monitors.
Yellow.
Yeah, cause each gun has their own advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah. I mean, like, to this day, I still play the original Modern Warfare. Like, I think the Modern Warfare was the best Call of Duty in the series. Everything felt good. There was a lot of uniqueness to everything. The maps were laid out nicely. There was a nice mix between tight areas and open spaces, so you could use whatever gun you wanted and just play on that particular area of the map. Just the feel of that game just hasn't been matched since. Like, it just feels good. I mean, I still play it, and it's like over 10 years old. I hop on and just jump onto a team deathmatch server and just have a blast. It's just a fun game. It was just built really well for the time.
COD 1 zombies can't be beaten.
Yellow.
Which Call of Duty was the first one to do zombies? Was it the original Black Ops? Or are you talking like the old school, like World at War one?
The old school World at War.
Yeah. Yeah, the original. It was pretty good. World at War, as well, was another really good Call of Duty. Like, I'd say that might be like the second best Call of Duty. Like, that game put them on track. Before, when Call of Duty first came out, it was just like the usual, like, World War I shooter. And then, like, once they did World at War, they really started, like, trying to change it up, and that's when they became, like, their own identity. I'm gonna go check on the pups upstairs real quick.
Four minutes remaining.
Yellow. Green. Yellow.
3 minutes remaining.
Green. Yellow. Green. Green. Yellow.
2 minutes remaining.
Yellow. Green.
Figured the pups need to go out.
Yellow.
1 minute remaining.
Green.
Oh, hell. Where are we at? +7. Rocket League, Rainbow Six, EverQuest, Might, Reflex, Red World. I don't know what the hell I feel like playing. I don't know.
Game over.
Oh god. Play a little bit of this, I guess. Damn it, controller, figure your shit out. What the fuck? Whatever, I guess it wants to be up there. I've finally been getting around to playing this. I want to play it for a while. I've just been lazy, I guess. Would be the most accurate answer. I like me some single player games every now and then. Soundtrack for this game is phenomenal so far. Love it.
Man, the commander sure is a slave driver, huh? And now we have to go back to the city ruins.
Where am I going?
Why don't we rest a little bit, 2B? It's been a while.
I'll rest if I feel like it.
I didn't take me over there. I wanted to go there. Back in the refrigerator. Dickhead. The hell's my active quest even?
Leave me alone, jackass. I can't deal with your weird hobbies anymore.
Like I care what you think, jerk. Here, follow me. Alright, see that jerk over there? I need you to get combat data for him. Science will pay you back for this, I promise. Now, fight!
Requested mission completed.
Wow, did it?
Requested mission completed. Requested mission completed.
Oh, for God's sake. Alright, fuck your quest, bitch.
Operator 60 to 2B. Come in, Tubi.
Tubi here.
The monitoring signal from the new access point has gone silent. I'm sending you the positional data. Please investigate the site as soon as possible.
Understood.
Report. Mail notification received from access point.
Ah, damn it. Yeah. Fuck off.
Man, the commander sure is a slave driver, huh? And now we have to go back to the city ruins.
All the way back, really? Nope. Alright. I actually got a fucking headache. So, kill the stream.